Not. Hello, Libra. Let's see if anyone pops in here. Listen a little dolo. Let's do it. Just leave me alone. I got him. I'm live and my baby woke up. That's my way of letting know. I'm live.
Yeah, you fucking with an alien. Came from a place of shit is wireless like idiot. Idea, problem, and solution. Fuck that Play-Doh shit. Leave it up to them. Put you in a cave again. Only seeing shadows. Fighting somebody else's war. You only seeing shadows. When niggas start telling.
Woo, hey y'all. I'm Jessica Lee, the Secret Psychic. I am an intuitive seer. I've been doing readings since 2007 professionally, though I was born with a gift. One that was left me in a place of being hated on. Oh, who's been there? I'm right. And they don't want to hear it. I'll just try to tell somebody something. It took a long time to get comfortable with my gifts and be able to share them with the world like I do now. So if you are here and you're joining me, thank you for coming. I don't believe in accidents. Everything is a message. Everything is a sign if you have the eyes to see. Not everyone does, though. There's even things I miss. So this is why community helps, to have friends and those around you, anyone around you really, who might be able to point out something that we miss. It's all for progress, not perfection. So with all that being said, I am here to do your horoscope outlook, Libra. I'm a rising sign, Libra, so this is a little bit for me too. And we're just going to look into the energy for May. As the title of this video states, it's an oracle reading. I'm not an astrologer. I'm not reading a chart. What I am doing is I'm focusing on the sign of Libra for the time period of May. And I'm keeping my ears open, as always, for spirit. What spirit may have to say, chime in with. And I'm using my oracle card. Right now we see bottled up. So like I said, there's always a sign. We got some stuff bubbling over, do we, Libras? Maybe just a little. If you are watching live, I do have the live chat comments turned off just so I don't get distracted. But I think, I don't know. I'm still new to this here on YouTube, but I think we'll find out. Maybe you guys can leave just regular comments now or later. I don't know. But if you do leave a comment, I'll be sure to respond as soon as I have time, as soon as I'm notified, really. And with that being said, I'm going to shuffle these oracle cards. I've got the Feelings Oracle, one of my favorites. I guess we'll start with this. We got a little stack clinging to my hand. Intuition, courage, anxiety, and unknowing. What I'm hearing here is you know something, and you're working up the courage to face it, to deal with it, to speak on it, maybe. There's a certain level of anxiety. I mean, what is courage but overcoming our anxiety? I mean, it's so much more. But in this case, I mean, yeah. The unknowing part is giving me a very sound ring here of, when we want to say something, but we don't, it's usually because we don't know how the other person's going to receive it. We don't know what avalanche it could cause after, For example, I have a client who she really cares about this man, but she's afraid if she expresses her needs and what she's expecting from him, that he's going to leave her. So in this case, she's been holding on to quite a lot, because she doesn't know how he's going to react. She suspects, but she doesn't know. Okay, so that's just an example. So many of us Libras, we may be dealing with that. We know something. We can feel it in our bones. We want to address it, but we haven't been able to. That nervous energy, that what will happen is holding us back. Also, we had 2 stacks on the table. All right, nurture and reflection is one of these stacks. It's a pair, and they both came out upright. So you're seeing this reflection that you're looking at, this thing that you see and apparently has to do with the fact that your needs aren't being met. You're not. Yeah, it could be going both ways. Spirit said for some of y'all, maybe you're not able to provide what somebody else needs, somebody that you wish you could. Maybe you're trying to do something for them, be there for them, nurture their relationship, but it's not happening. They're not letting you. There's a block. There's always something in the way. The other stack here, let me see. This also fell out facing down. Both of these, they came out facing down. So this is maybe something you're not so much able to put into words yourself just yet. Maybe this little video will help you with that. I hope, if that's the case. Oh, we also see healing, ambition, fear of abundance. Inner awareness is kind of like poking out of the stack. And then on the other side of that is change, gloom, and protect your feelings. I'm going to put this out a little different so I can read these a little different. Okay. Healing, ambition, and fear of abundance. Let's look at this little healing, abundance, fear of abundance, healing, ambition, fear of abundance. So you want to get better. You want things to be better. And I keep hearing the word nurture again. And this is telling me really you poured a lot. You have poured in, as I say that, it's Spirit's like, look down. You poured a lot into this relationship, this connection that you've had. You wanted to get better. And Spirit's telling me, though, and I'm sorry if this hits too hard. I'm trying to. They're like, no candy coated. Holy cow! I just sinked down for no freaking reason. Wow, that was weird. I don't know, but Spirit is telling me. Let's just say it. Maybe it's gonna sink us down a bit. Okay, so you want to feel better. You want to heal. And the Spirit of abundance is telling me, though, in order for you to get that feeling you're looking for, that you assign to being healed, whole and complete. Fear of abundance is telling me that means you have to do something or face something that is scary. Inner awareness is telling me you are aware of that. Kind of like you're the only one stopping this from getting better or progressing, or I don't know how to put it other than that. You're aware, though, that you got to overcome your fear. That maybe, I don't know how to put this, y'all. Maybe kind of like maybe you got to be the one to let it go. Maybe you got to be the one to slam the brake on it. Maybe this isn't, maybe the fact that if you speak your truth, this person may have a bad reaction. Maybe that's your first clue that this isn't your person. Change, gloom, and protect your feelings. So, Spirit is letting me know, and it's with this inner awareness card, it's kind of like you are, whoever this is for, you are consciously aware. Something does need to change. And you have to put yourself first. So you're getting that courage. You're still working on that courage this May. Of really having to look in the mirror more fully and see this is not nurturing you. No matter how much you pour into it, nurture, it's not working out. Okay, so there's a certain level of grief there I'm feeling, and Spirit is telling me now, yeah, there is some grief with the Scorpio moon. Scorpio deals with the cycles of life, death, rebirth. So there's a shedding going on here, Libra. The Spirit is also telling me, let's go. While I do another shuffle, I'm going to read some highlight notes from what I've looked up in the astrology for y'all, for us, because I'm in this too. Right now we got the Scorpio moon. With the Scorpio moon, we really need to sit with our feelings. We need to face our feelings. This may mean separating from others so that you can do that. Go into your inner temple within. And Spirit is saying here, unapologetically, that you gotta do you. This isn't about anyone else right now. So you do you, Libra. Face that mirror, internalize these feelings. And Spirit saying, let it come to the surface. This full moon, things are coming to the surface where you're gonna have to see it. There's no hiding. That's what they said. You're gonna have to see it. There's no more hiding. There's no more sugarcoating things. It is what it is. Starting May 2nd, we need to focus on our practical planning. That means don't jump into anything right away. Feel your feelings, right? Start with feeling your feelings on the 2nd. Let them come to the surface. All the way to the 4th, I would say we're going to be working on processing those feelings. That means go within, avoid distractions, especially your triggers. Whatever's triggering you, or you got the memo. This is a trigger. Now you got to go do the hermit thing. I'm a Virgo too, you know. Well, go take some advice from Virgo. Go within, process your shit without somebody else telling you how you should feel about it. Does that make sense? You never have that happen? You're trying to figure out how you feel about something, and then you got somebody trying to tell you how to feel about it, or if you do come to your conclusion, they're gonna tell you you're wrong or it's this and that. So if you're seeing it's black and white and you're dealing with people telling you it's polka dot and orange, separate yourself from that crowd. And I'm just hearing reclaim your inner goddess. You reclaim it. You don't need their opinion to form yours, right? You don't need their extra input to do your inventory. Okay, so we're going to be dealing with that. You don't have to worry about keeping the peace as much, and you probably won't. You may be triggered so much with the fullness of this moon to just shut the door. Shut the door. Mm-hmm. All right. What else do we have? Harmony meets radical honesty for us Libras. We want everything. We want harmony. We don't like to argue. We don't want to start a conflict. We want to see everybody happy, getting along, thriving, doing well. You know, we want beauty and abundance, not just for ourselves. I mean, yeah, for ourselves, but we wanted to see it everywhere. So we maybe struggled very much with that. I'm hearing the thin line between harmony and happiness, and the thin line between that and okay, maybe there's three lines. Radical honesty, and also that comfort zone of are we really somewhere comfortable that's good for us, or is this a comfort that is going to lead to lack of change and growth, right? Stagnation. So you need to filter through these concepts and measure, the world around you with that angle in mind. So there's going to be I need to filter out the bullshit. Spirits like the bullshit. And remember, in order for you to create that harmony that you truly need right now, you're gonna have to open up your mouth. So go ahead and take this first week of the month to like process what you want to say, where it's coming from, um, analyze your solutions, because as we're saying, don't rush into making your solutions for your new foundation and your new path here. You want to really think about it. And there's a test coming. Spirit was mentioning there's a test coming for us Libras about how we handle the people in our lives. So you may be tested by having situations come up where you can react or you cannot react. Simply put, the more you react and rise in accordance to your own personal alignment with how you highest vibrate, getting yourself closer to your higher self, the more you make, when these test situations come up, the more you respond to them in the right way, the more the blessing is going to come. This is basically your chance to get off the merry-go-round, right? This May, Libra. Old pattern situations and cycles that keep repeating, and you're like, why this again? This is an opportunity to get off of it. Have you learned your lesson? Are you ready to apply what you learned? Because now is the time. What else was in my notes here? Venus enters, your ruling planet enters Gemini, fellow air sign, right? On May 14th. So guess what? That means you're going to be bubbling with the energy. This is a great time to share your ideas. And Spirit's reminding me, like I said with the last line I did, make sure we're paying attention to the people we're communicating with this month. Who's receiving you, who's working with you, who's able to keep up with you intellectually. And be aware of who isn't. And this isn't so much to say you're good and you're bad, but it's just keep in mind you want to walk in alignment. You want to get as close as you can into your alignment this month, okay? That means staying true to yourself and what's best for you. When you pick yourself, it doesn't mean that you're heartless and you don't care about others, but it means you care about yourself. And if you can't love yourself enough to respect what's best for you, even if that means saying no to somebody else, then the universe can't really fall into place for us the way we keep wanting, can it? We have to be the ones to set that frequency in motion. We got to meet the universe halfway. It's always willing to participate and help us. But we got to say we want it. We got to say we're worth it. And the more that we work towards those steps, because we don't wake up in the morning thinking, I'm the top bitch in the world, do we? It takes a little time to get up to that kind of a level of confidence and assurity. But the more we do take those little steps, every time we say no to something that's not for us or somebody who's not for us, we're getting closer to what is. So keep this in mind, my loves. Also for us Libras, the Scorpio full moon, it has to do with shared resources, debts, and taxes. And as I was writing down the word tax on my notes, Spirit was saying those hidden fees. When you accept a gift from somebody, those hidden fees, stuff like that. Sometimes help people offer puts us in an even worse situation. So, and I'm not saying that to say don't ever take help from people. I'm just saying weigh the cost. Weigh the cost, not the immediate gratification, but the long term cost. So this is something that you're more than likely going to be reflecting on a bit this month as well, especially in this first week. Spirit was calling us Libras. We need to refine ourselves financially this month. So that could play out in ways like saving your money, working on your rainy day saving fund, being practical with your finances, not overspending. Don't overextend yourself right now. When I hear messages like that, it can mean anything from something major is coming up that you want to be prepared for, or an opportunity is coming up that you want to be prepared to be able to take. So either or, let's take what's the harm in listening to this advice? You get a little extra money in your back pocket at the end of the month because you didn't blow it on frappuccinos. Yeah, it's worth it. I think it's worth it taking that suggestion. But also not just about your moda, your emotional energy. So we need to refine our emotional finances. What are we overpouring into? That's not. That's kind of like I'm hearing a chalice with a hole at the bottom. Are you pouring into a chalice with a hole at the bottom? If you are, okay, this time we got to get in check with turn the emotional radar down a bit. And focus more logically. That's all I got. I mean, you're an air sign. You're logical. You got it. You'll figure it out, right? Oh, what else do we see here? Okay. Venus conjoins the moon on the 18th. So this is going to be a very moving evening. It's supposed to play out for us in the nighttime sky. Um, but it should be a time where you're able to let your guard down. You're going to be having somebody nearby on the 18th where you can let your guard down. You can let some spirits telling me some layers of emotions that you've been holding back on. As I'm prying in here on my little side conversation, I'm asking, is this somebody that you're able to open up to, like, romantically? And Spirit said for some, but overall, it's going to be a conversation as you open up emotionally, you let your guard down and you speak your truth. This is going to actually boost in that Uranus Gemini energy where you start having revelations. So the more you actually speak your truth, the more you build on it with more truth, and you see the truth clearer. It's like as you speak it, the microscope zooms in even more after. So go with that flow. Let it out. Open your throat chakra. And speaking of throat chakra or the color blue, May 31st, the moon, we got a blue moon, a full moon in Sagittarius. This is a rare situation. It highlights communication and local travel. There's going to be a big surprise breakthrough coming at the end of the month. A sudden realization. So as I was saying, the more you speak your truth, the more the truth gets magnified. So just go roll with it. Roll with it. If you got diarrhea of truth of the month, this diarrhea of the mouth with truth, this could be why. You got to speak your truth. You held it in long enough, so it's time to let it go. The fullness is here. Bottom line, babes, May's asking us to stop treating our own needs as a variable. Phew, that gave me chills. Is asking us to stop treating our own needs as a variable that adjusts to everyone else's comfort. Your natural grace is your strength. But this month, your growth lies in setting boundaries that protect your peace just as much as you have been protecting everybody else's. So let's get let's get the balance scales ready. Take account into who's doing what and what you need. And by the end of the month, you should be loud and clear of what you got to do. And Spirit, let's go ahead. We're gonna see what's up with the tarot. I love this tarot. I've been noticing a lot of readers that I've been watching on YouTube because I watch too, y'all. Yeah, some of them use this deck. Just a random blow. Okay. All right, the first card that came out, landed way over here to the left, is the Three of Pentacles. Looks like sure does. I'm blind, but I can see that. Okay, so you're dealing with communication, long-term contracts, plans. This could be negotiation with work, career, a new opportunity. Spirit is reminding me this did fall out towards the past. So this could be a project in motion for you that is going to be expanded on this May. Next, we see laying sideways, also in a past position. When the tops go left, I say that's the past. So we got the Knight of Cups with the Magician. Ooh. So you're going to be, this is something that you've been working on, something that you inherently are talented with. And Spirit is reminding me this is more than likely your business career sector, okay? And it could be finances, but more than likely business career, long-term goals. And this is something you emotionally or have an attachment, a strong desire to perform, and something that you innately have the ability to pull off. And then we have, the Ace of Cups. And this is followed out in a pivot towards the future. So even though you already have an established goal, plan in mind with your business, career, financial sector, new inspiration is actually coming. So whatever you've already been working on is going to get, Spirit saying, a glow up, another level up. I got a chill that is telling me, again, with that inspiration, like, they're telling me you're gonna see why you've been drawn towards this path. So there's gonna be like a revelation of why exactly you're so innately awesome at this, for example. Fucking awesome. Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So there's a lot of emotional fulfillment happening, really, through all this happening, everything you're gonna be going through, processing, weighing and all that, and in your test, Spirits. And don't forget you're getting tested with your relationships and your boundaries, what you're willing to keep accepting and what you're finally done learning. And Spirit's kind of answering a question I asked them earlier. Well, now that I've learned this, what next? Well, next you have to go. You have another lesson to learn. That's the joy of life, right? We never stop. So a new opportunity comes through your new inspiration. Spirit saying, or confirming to me earlier when we mentioned don't spend the money so flippantly this month. Don't let it go so easy. Hold on to it. There is a new opportunity coming. Okay, and Spirit's telling me you should see it by the last week of the month. And this is going to give you an opportunity to really, okay, I'm hearing lay the roots of that dream, that goal, your business financial plan. You're gonna get there. Hallelujah. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up because my little man just woke up. So I'm gonna go hang out with him. Thank you for joining me, Libras. It was a pleasure as always. Really, I'm glad I got that warning about saving money. I'm a Libra rising, so I'm gonna heed that. Indeed. So we're gonna wrap this up. If you ever do want a private reading with me, thing hurts. I am available about 7 days a week usually online through my link on Linktree, where you can book as little as 3 hours in advance. You can get a live chat reading with me either over social media where we text or type over the DM. We can do a video call. If you're in the US, I can do phone or text readings, or we can chat over Zoom just as well. And I also offer email readings. If you go to my Linktree page, you can book or pre-order an email reading. Those range from $10 to $30, and I usually send them out within the same day, within 24 hours. I give myself a three-day max for delivery, just in case I happen to be really busy that week. And then I also offer a pre-recorded video reading for under $50, where I will look into every day of the week. From the day we start your reading outlook, I'll look into the 7 days And it's a great little way to get a roadmap. And also, if you're new to me, it's a great way to test my accuracy. Am I 95% accurate? Am I 70% accurate? Am I 100? That's a great way to test the psychic without being unable and expecting me to jump and perform for free while you're grilling me. But it's great for insight. And of course, if you want to skip the wait, I'm almost always available on Bitwine Psychics under the Secret Psychic. Sometimes I'll put the shop word in there too, but you should recognize me. I got my photo. I got my name. I'm easy to find. So whenever you're ready, whenever you need me, I am here and available. And I think that's all. Thank you again for coming, Libra. Thank you for those who watched and tapped in, and I got 2 likes on the board. Hallelujah. Thank you. Let's uh let's be strong this month. Let's own our own worth, our divine sovereignty as spirits, not just male or woman, as divine spirits and souls. And let's remember, we're on this game board of life. Uh, our sole mission as spirits isn't to find your husband and have children. It's much bigger. So let's remember that as we start to select what our next courses is for the next chapter of whatever karma and Saturn have in mind for us here on Earth. But karma is dishing out his judgments, babe. So pray for those who didn't do right that they learn. These cycles go on and on for infinity. So to infinity and beyond. Until next time, I'll see y'all. Bye. I have to do it this way because I don't have a fancy editor. Bye. See you later. And